Communication and local authorities is behind the signature of the 5 framework partnership agreements with 5 associations of local authorities that Commissioner signed on the 28th of January 2015. The communication is indeed the long-term political vision of the European Commission, and particularly DG DEVCO, to work together with local authorities in partner countries. The communication states it very clearly, so for enhanced governance and more efficient development outcomes. In this communication, we focus on two actors mainly: individual local authorities and association of local authorities, and we identify 4 different priorities. The first one is related to decentralization reforms, the second one to capacity development, the third one on sustainable urbanization, and the fourth one is really focusing on reinforcing association of local authorities, as I said before, operating at different levels. We decided to work through a framework partnership agreement because this modality allows to combine political vision, political objective with operational objectives. And this is the first time that DG DEVCO tries to use this modality. So what we look at was indeed to go back to the communication on local authorities of May 2013 and to go back to association strategies, and we really try to see whether there were common elements in political terms, and indeed there were many, because most of the associations of course work in favor of decentralization, of capacity development, as well as at international level to support international commitment of local authorities. So really the 4 political priorities of Commission communication were reflected in the 5 strategies of the different associations, and on there we looked at the way we could really work together. So for each association, together we define specific political objective to be reached from 2015, the day the partnership agreement started, until 2020, which is the end of a Commission, let's say, programming period. This modality has been used by other DGs, like for example DG Communication or DG Education and Culture, to implement their policy. For DG DEVCO is the first test, so we are going, as I said before, to focus on the policies on local authorities to see how we can implement it, because we cannot implement those big priorities alone, and we need strategic partners. And the negotiation that is behind the framework partnership agreement is also a way to improve mutual knowledge in between a donor or development partners and a potential beneficiaries. The work behind FPA has been very long for DG DEVCO and particularly Unit B2, because we had to go a long negotiation process, and we had to use our procedures, but also we had to pay attention to partners' procedures and combine different political priorities into a global vision for associations for 2015-2020, and we need to see what kind of funding can be used to support each of political/operational priorities. But at the same time, it's a process that allows to know better partners. Especially when these partners are not governmental partners. So it can be replicated, of course, as long as there is a conviction that Commission has to work strategically with partners and there is an investment on the long term from both sides.